Hey guys, so I planned on vlogging more, but that didn't happen. I always feel weird just dragging out my camera and being like, hold on, let me film this. So I'm gonna be like combining vlogs and just like doing like a voiceover and talking about my day. It's kind of like a recap. Maybe, as I get more comfortable with this type of stuff, I'll go more in depth and remember to take more pictures. But I'm such like live in the momenter that I forget. So we'll see how all this goes. It'll be interesting. So I hope you all enjoy the vlogs, and let's get into day one of my Korea adventure. So the first day was just absolute chaos. So the first thing that happened is we got released from quarantine at like 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. if you were going to Seoul Station to like transfer. So they were like taking a shuttle of people to Seoul Station, and then they were going to like take a taxi from Seoul Station to Yonsei in our dorm. I called down from quarantine and I was like, hey, can I just get a taxi? And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up just getting a taxi and just leaving that way. So my friend and I, Chrissy, I'm going to talk about her a lot, she's my friend, we like have done everything together. So Chrissy and I got in the taxi and we arrived at the dorm at like 7:30ish. We were like the first people there, and dorm check-in wasn't till 11. But they had told us like a couple of days before, if there's time, between like when you're supposed to check in and when you arrive, like maybe they'll hold your stuff, or if your room's ready they'll let you in. But it was like absolute madness. Like nobody was prepared for us to check in this early. Like none of the staff knew what to do, like because they all had expected us 11, but like quarantine had kicked us out so early, and so we all had just gone there because we had nowhere else really to go, and we didn't want to haul around like pounds of luggage with us. So we all like try to like sign in, and that was like confusing for them, and eventually they're like, you just need to wait. And so we were like, okay. So Christy and I ended up going and getting like a bagel with cream cheese and some soda from like the convenience store. I mean, like there was just like massive amount of people like trying to check in. It was insane. And then I finally got to my room, and this is like a little room tour. You can see on the right I have my shower, on the left I have my toilet, and then this is the bed I'm using, and then that's the other bed that I'm not using because I am in a double turned into a single. I don't have a roommate or anything, it's just me. And then Christy and I ended up heading down to Sinchon, which is the area that Yonsei is in. It's like a town. We went to E-Mart and Daiso. I don't have any footage of that. I mean, it was just us getting like supplies. But the thing I forgot is that Seoul had gotten rid of like plastic bags. Like they now charge like 89 cents for a plastic bag. So Chrissy and I didn't have anything to take stuff, so we ended up having to buy like reusable bags. And we then decided to take the bus back, as like that was a new experience for us, because like the walk there was like 20 minutes and insane. And we came back and we ended up getting off at the wrong stop and having to walk all sorts, and it was so awful to walk with like that heavy bag full of stuff I got at Daiso, because I mean I got like everything. I got my like trash can, I got soap, I got drinks, like I got everything. And so like by the end of like our walk I was dying. But I mean, you can see like the views here yourself, like at least it was pretty. And so after that, my friend Chrissy and I, she had met some people named Jenny and Becca, and we decided to go to a cafe with them. And the cafe was like on the 4th floor of this building, and it had like a really cool view of Seoul. And it was like this kind of like retro bookstore-ish cafe type vibe. Here you can just see me doing a little pan of it. And then this is our food. I got a grapefruit aid and an Oreo cheesecake, and it was bommin'. And then that's the view of Seoul from like their balcony, and like there's a church. It's just so pretty. Well, I guess this isn't really Seoul, it's more like the Sinchon area. But it was such like a cool view, and of course I had to take a picture with it. I mean, are we surprised? No, I love I love taking pictures. And then so I had tickets for Kyuhyun's musical Phantom on the day I got out of quarantine, which is the 24th. And so I like went with Chrissy, Becca, and Jenny to go to the cafe, and then like I was like, I gotta go. And so I headed down to Jamsil, which is where the theater was. It's called Charlotte Theater. It's attached to Latte World, which is in Jamsil. And it was like a 50-minute subway ride, and like I was really nervous, but it wasn't bad at all. I mean, you just kind of like sit for 50 minutes and just kind of like ride. But the subway exit I took like plops me right out, like at the like bottom of like a latte department store and like all this stuff. Like you can see this fountain, like this is opulent. I was like, holy hell, like did I just stumble into like the McMansion of Korea? Like what's going on? I was like, oh my god, did I mess up? But it was such a cool view, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I could get used to this. I thought this was hilarious. This was a quote from Lotteria, which is what I had for dinner. I ordered a lemonade and just a plain cheeseburger, not a plain cheeseburger, just a cheeseburger and some fries. And I actually really liked the burger. I was expecting like McDonald's quality, you know, not something really good, but I mean, it was great. Like the food, I was impressed. I was like, if this is like fast food in Korea, this is great. And then I walked around the latte department store in Latte Mall, and I was just amazed by like all the amount of clothes. Like there's no stores, like it's just like little sections, and like it was all designer, and it was all this like opulent stuff, and I was like, oh my god, is this how people shop here? Like I felt like such like a, like I'm from a city, like I know what cities look like, but I felt like such a country mouse. Like I was like, oh my god, like is this what life is like? And then because I was so high up in like Latte, I got this wonderful view of like the lake and stuff surrounding it. But my feet at this point were killing me. I had like walked around, I mean, I was looking at all sorts of things, and I was like, I'm gonna die. But, you know, I walked outside, and like an oasis in the desert, the phantom sign appeared, and I was like, oh my god, I made it. Like, I just have to get over there. So I did, and it was the best night of my life. I loved every single minute of it. I was like, this is amazing. Like, there's nothing that'll ever top this. I cried when it was sad. I loved watching him, Kyuhyun performed. A lot of times I forgot that I was there to watch Kyuhyun and not just see, like, a cool musical. Like, it was that good. Like, I hate Phantom of the Opera, so I was just going just to see Kyuhyun. That's why I went to go see Phantom, was to see Kyuhyun, not to watch the show. And I ended up really liking it. I was like, oh, like I'm kind of a fan now. But it was incredible. I wish I could like show it to you all. There are clips online of one of his performances of one of his songs, and like imagine that like on a 10 times scale. Like the like cast was just amazing. And then up on the side of the screens there was like English subtitles, so I always knew what was going on, and it was so worth every penny I spent. I ended up getting home like around 11:30 and like almost passing out. But that was an amazing day one, seeing my ultimate bias in the flesh and experiencing a great musical, as well as, you know, just kind of experiencing for the first time outside of like the four walls and quarantines.
Kyuhyun says to like, subscribe, or else.
See you guys.